Right, hello, welcome to another week. As we start this video, it's Tuesday night, so far on Monday, I've done an easier run. It was about 5 miles plus, and then this morning it was another 5 miles plus. It was meant to be a harder run this morning, but I've got a wee bit of a calf strain on the go now. So I'm going to back off the running, probably until Sunday, just super precautionary. So in between, I'll probably just do a walk tomorrow, a big long walk with the dog. And then on Thursday, what I'll do is go down to the gym. I'll do an assault bike kind of interval session, some core work, the usual kind of stuff. And then on Friday, probably do some more conditioning work in a different sense. So just going to have to make amends this week a wee bit. It's not ideal, pick up a wee bit of injury. I mean, it's not like I'm limping or anything like that. It's just, I can feel like it's gonna go. And I've been in that position before. So I'm in the night with Ab, again, and to do quite a bit of pad work. It's a wee bit faster, a wee bit more ferocious tonight as the weeks are going on. So, aye, let's just go and get stuck in. Rab's nearly done. He's got about 20 seconds he's round to go, and then it's my shot to go. So, here we go. Right, so happy, what day is it? Thursday. So again, yesterday I didn't train, like I say, in the Wednesday. Just for this wee calf niggle, I didn't really want to push it. I really didn't want to push it. I really don't want to get injured, especially with running. And I've learned enough through over the course of time just not to do that, especially the older I've got. When I was younger, I probably would have just pushed through and you recover like Wolverine and you're all right. No chance. So I just took the dog a big massive walk yesterday and then just done a lot of work. Right now, I'm just back for the gym. And I just replaced the running. So I always do loads of like, what I don't film in the gym, I do loads of like warm up mobility stuff for my hips, my calves, like everything to get myself going. And then it was on the assault bike and then I done intervals on that because it's meant to be a wee bit more of a push day. But I kept it more round specific. So what I ended up doing was like a 7-minute warm up. And then it was 3 minutes of 30 seconds bombing it with a 30 second active recovery, 30 seconds bombing it, 30 seconds active recovery. And just kept it going like that for 3 minutes, and then 1 minute kind of off, but my legs were still pedaling. I didn't actually take a minute off, and then repeat that another 2 times, and then stay on for another 5 minutes. So it was 24 minutes in total. And then after that, it was just a wee bit of core work. So I always like to use the Swiss ball. If you've never really used the Swiss ball properly in terms of doing abdominal work, it is absolutely phenomenal because of the stretch you can get. But I've got a wee bit of lordosis in my lower back. So this really protects my lower back if you had to actually do traditional sit-ups. And I went and done some Pallof presses again because I have had these problems with my adductor, my pelvis and things like that. Normally when I was doing my recovery stuff, I would really feel that. But I can tell I'm really recovered for all that stuff now. I don't feel it at all, and I was doing it much heavier. So right now I'm literally sitting, I've got the MacBook here, I'm in the kitchen. I've literally just made this, and this is just protein oats. So again, it's oats, some semi-skim milk, some chocolate chips as you'll see, and there's actually a wee protein sundae that you get these for Aldi's, the wee protein sundaes, because I feel like when I'm using protein powder, a lot of you will kind of experience this, as I imagine, if you eat kind of healthy. Protein powder can really dry it out depending on the amount of volume you have. But what I kind of noticed with these protein yogurt things is it keeps it really moist and it's far more enjoyable. So the only thing I'm going to really do with the rest of the day, I've got work stuff to do, I've got a lot of preparation to do. I've got a massive life-changing event that's going to be happening over the course of the next few months, so probably won't be vlogging as much. But the day I've already been a dog a walk, I've done the gym, a lot of work right now, and then I'll take the dog another walk later, and tomorrow I'll probably go back down the gym again. It's meant to be another run, but I'm not going to even try and remotely run again until Sunday. That's just the rule I've got in my head. But I'm going to be sparring on Saturday, so I will film some gym stuff for tomorrow, being Friday, and then me and the missus are actually going to go out for dinner, which is something very unusual. If anybody's got kids, you'll be able to relate to that. Like when you're courting and kids don't exist, that the amount of stuff that you actually do is kind of crazy. But when kids come into the mix, you never really get out because I'm going to be a lot busier over the course of the next coming months. We're going to get a wee dinner in, and then sparring Saturday, Sunday I'll do another long run, and then it'll be less than 2 weeks to the fight. I still a bit tender, by the way. I really need to be careful with the sparring on Saturday. So when I probably put the sparring footage on, you'll probably notice that I'm going to be boxing a lot more. I'm not going to be really gunning to fight. I'm just going to try and keep my distance. I'm laughing because like I know what I end up doing. You get caught one and then it's like, right, come on. But I'm going to just try and keep the boxing, head movement, stay out of the way, just kind of keep sharp and box a wee bit different. So that's how it's going to be laid out. So I'll probably see you again tomorrow when I'm in the gym. So Friday's gym session, and again, it wasn't a session that I was going to come down and absolutely pummel myself. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Because even with things like Bulgarian split squats and even the goblet squats that you're seeing here, that normally I would push them. I would always like use more weight, for example, keep the reps probably a wee bit lower. But this time, because I hadn't really been in the gym and like really touched the weight, and I think it's about, is it either 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. I knew the carryover from DOMS, if anybody knows what that is, wasn't going to be advisable. Let's just put it that way. So the thing was to be a wee bit more conservative, and because I never done a Thursday night boxing session, what I kind of did was add a wee bit of the skier with a press up superset in. I done a good few rounds on that, and that really did get me blown. It's really good. If you never tried that, it was like 1 minute on, and then straight into 12 push-ups, and it was like 30 seconds rest, and then doing it again. So it was challenging, and it was kind of what I really felt like I needed at that moment in time. But the gym session went well. Again, covering the bases to protect myself from injuries for running, and again, nothing, as you can see, nothing spectacular. Right, so Saturday sparring. Actually, I came in with this with a wee bit of a different mindset today, where I wasn't really wanting to get hit. Now, if anybody watches my videos and stuff, or has been watching them over the course of time, they know I'm a very aggressive fighter. I kind of stand there, take some shots, catch counter, and kind of do things like that. But the day I was like, I wanted to be more of a boxing match, and actually didn't want dragged into a fight. And the reason being is that I do have a wee slight injury to my eye. It feels like, I don't want to say it's cracked, but it's very, very, very tender. Even although the bruising and the swelling has died right down, the thing today was there's certain people who normally I would go in and I would want a proper bit of ding dong with. Probably Dylan, Rab, Johnny was in the day, so these are people that would give me a lot of really good work. But the day I was very lucky that Graham and Matthew and that went in, and it's not that these folk don't give me good work. It's just a very different spar when I go in with these folk. It's a lot more boxing orientated, and then with Graham in particular, it was good because he's a very, very tough guy, and he's got a right stiff jab, and it's like someone like myself who comes forward quite aggressively quite a lot. It was good to have me trying to think of moving my head and getting in behind his really strong jab, and it was working well, and I just felt much better. And good news was I don't think I really did take a punch to the head today, which was really good. But all in all, it's been a good productive week. I think I've got 6 or 7 miles to run tomorrow, and that'll be me for running a good solid week. Then it's 2 weeks to go tonight. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, hit a like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll catch up with you soon.